the committee got it right.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna use a lot of what we talked about in off air, but my thing is, okay, yes, FSU did everything that the committee has spoken for. What I don't know how long the playoffs been going on.
5 years, 4 years,
something
5
like
years,
that.
somewhere along those lines.
They facilitated and met every requirement that was laid out by the committee.
Yes.
Got it. But it's something to say when you lose your leader.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we always talk this next man up mentality.
Yes.
And that's what they did, inevitably. And they went undefeated. But when you have such a significant or stark drop off, when you lose that one person that touches the ball 100% of the time on offense, makes the decisions to put you in the best position to score and win games, I could see why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
because it was a horrible drop off.
It was a horrible drop off. And then as a caveat to that, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but last year when TCU played Georgia, that was probably the least watched national championship game because of TCU had no right. Well, let me not say no right. They had no business being there.
No.
In that game.
No.
And even though the committee probably didn't promote this, it's hard for me to believe that it's not in the back of your head that we want to avoid that situation if at all possible.
Because what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the LIMITL3SS Podcast.
Welcome.
All right, let's go.
So for those of you who don't know, or I don't know how you wouldn't know.
Everybody better know.
The committee has finally came out with the final playoff rankings.
Yeah.
And
pull it up real quick.
The playoff has been established. And number 1, we have Michigan. And they'll be facing off with number 4, Alabama. And then it'll be number 2, Washington, facing off against number 3, Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact sequence of the bowl games where they'll be playing, but people could care less.
People could care less. The big thing
is who made it.
Yes, who made it.
So
I'm gonna start with Georgia. Let me go ahead and get this out the way. Okay. For y'all, for the real Georgia fans out there, we knew we weren't going to get in because we didn't have no business. We lost against the team that we lost against Alabama.
Welcome to the club.
Alabama lost against Texas, so that was automatically going to rule us out. It is what it is. That's why you can't put your future in the hands of the committee.
Yeah.
We didn't handle business, and there you have it. And for the people out there that are, they missed that call or this, that, and third. Once again, that's why you don't put
part of the game.
It's all part of the game. That's why you don't put your hands in. That's why you don't put your future in the hands of the refs, the committee, and whomever else.
Make sure you control your own future.
You control your own future. You go out there and you handle business. Georgia will be playing Florida State, Florida State is probably going to be the vast majority of our conversation for today. Aside from you giving me your take on Washington, which I'm excited about diving into that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get that out there. Florida State. Sorry, y'all pissed. So unfortunately, y'all got pissed off dogs. So yeah.
So question: do you think the committee got it right?
Are you asking me from an analyst standpoint or from a fan standpoint?
Let's go both.
So from a fan standpoint, no, I don't think they got it right. And I think they should have. I think Florida State should have gotten put in. Now, let me say also, I think they should have gotten put in. Did I think they were going to get put in? No, which leads me to the analyst part of me. I knew they weren't going to get put in because you lose your starting quarterback. And the other two guys that came in, which your second string quarterback took a concussion against Florida. So then you're down to your third string quarterback. But these past two games, Florida State looked nothing like how they looked the vast majority of the season. Yeah, they finished 13-0. Yeah, they're the ACC champions, but once again, you lost your starter. And I think you brought this to my attention too, is that the committee was also looking at what happened last year. Yeah. With Georgia and facing off against
that's just my opinion.
Facing off against TCU. I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
Because hypothetically, Florida State does get put in. Florida State beats neither of those three other teams.
No, at all.
Don't beat Texas.
Nope.
You don't beat Washington, and you don't beat Michigan.
And we're talking about in their current state.
In their current state,
without
with a
Jordan
third
Travis.
String freshman quarterback.
True freshman quarterback.
You take a L.
Yes.
And it's probably going to be an ugly L. It's probably not going to be a 21-17 type deal. It's going to be bludgeoning, in my opinion. So I think that played a part in it with the committee too. It was like, oh, we got to get it right this year. But as we all know, when you have to make hard decisions, it is damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yes, it is.
It sucks. It sucks being undefeated. It sucks going undefeated, doing everything that you supposed to have done right. And unfortunately in football and in sports and sometimes in life, things just don't roll your way. You have a catastrophic injury that happened to your leader. And also for those people, Alfred, who is like, well, if he means that much to the team, he should have been up for the Heisman. Pause.
We're not about to disrespect.
Jaden Daniels. He ain't even on my damn team. And you ain't about to disrespect him.
Yeah, we ain't
if he
don't
do win, I know it's kind of segueing from, but if he don't win the Heisman, now you got people with pitchforks coming to the Heisman.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there. So that's my opinion on it. They should have gotten in. Did I think they were? No, because you lost your quarterback. It's different from any other position on the team.
Yeah, I mean, that's the guy that touches the ball 100%.
100% of the time.
When you're on
and
offense.
we saw how Florida State looked without having him there.
Yeah.
They looked terrible.
Yes, they did.
Primarily in this ACC championship game against Louisville. That game was a true defensive game because nobody could really do anything on offense for the vast majority of the game.
You're right.
A lot of them guys probably going to go to the NFL because of how they look, because of the tape that they presented on this particular game.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on it. I know I'm going to have some extras to say, but I'll let you take it from here.
So me personally, I felt that the committee got it right.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna use a lot of what we talked about in off air, but my thing is, okay, yes, FSU did everything that the committee has spoken for. What I don't know how long the playoffs been going on.
5 years, 4 years,
something
5
like
years,
that.
somewhere along those lines.
They facilitated and met every requirement that was laid out by the committee.
Yes.
Got it. But it's something to say when you lose your leader. And I know we always talk this next man up mentality.
Yes.
And that's what they did inevitably, and they went undefeated. But when you have such a significant or stark drop off, when you lose that one person that touches the ball 100% of the time on offense, makes the decisions to put you in the best position to score and win games, I could see why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
because it was a horrible drop off.
It was a horrible drop off. And then as a caveat to that, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but last year when TCU played Georgia, that was probably the least watched national championship game because of TCU had no right Well, let me not say no right. They had no business being there.
No.
In that game.
No.
And even though the committee probably didn't promote this, it's hard for me to believe that it's not in the back of your head that we want to avoid that situation if at all possible.
Because it was the least viewed. Just to throw this, it was one of the least viewed. It had got the most post-game kickback from everybody. Yeah. Like every coaches, players, analysts, fans, and so, TikTokers, Instagrammers. Like it was horrid.
And so my thing with that is, okay, with that being in the back of your mind, and you're introduced with this situation where if you let them in, the likelihood of that happening
is highly probable.
Because, all right, Florida had a unique opportunity where they could have showed that without Jordan Travis that they were still good. They had Tate Rodemaker,
yes,
which went in there when they played Florida, and he stunk up the bed,
and then got smacked.
And then you had freaking Brock Glenn, who had opportunity to play the whole game against a Louisville. Yes, granted they were top 15, but you got to keep in mind Kentucky just beat Louisville last weekend. We know what Kentucky is.
Yes,
and y'all look like that.
Yes, and
just to backpedal towards the UF game, right?
I think he only had like 60 yards passing.
So, he had 55 last
night. Yeah.
But people will make the argument that, okay, y'all want like Florida State, they're one of their biggest wins is the fact that they beat LSU, and people have been talking about that on Twitter. Okay. Yes, you beat LSU week 1. You didn't whip their asses.
No.
But
it wasn't a decisive win.
It was decisive, but it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then you also got to keep in mind that LSU then isn't what LSU is now.
No.
Right? All right. So,
which is part of the reason why Alabama got in, but
but LSU ran dog walked Florida.
Yes.
When they played them.
Yes.
That's a rivalry game for LSU.
Yeah.
Y'all struggled against Florida when y'all played them.
With Jordan Travis.
No, they didn't have that with Rodemaker.
Yeah, with Rodemaker.
Y'all struggled with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's what makes that win not look as good in my mind. Is that
absolutely.
You beat LSU. LSU beat them handedly, and you struggle with them.
You struggle.
Because the natural progression is as the year goes along, your team gets better. They don't get worse.
Yes.
And that's why I personally feel that, okay, the committee made the right decision in regards to just sports. But if you want to take it a step further and look at the money, because we all know, unless you are just...
We all know that's the driving factor for it all.
Yeah, unless your head's just in the ground.
That's the driving factor for it all.
It's the almighty dollar that's driving this. And you're not going to tell me that Florida State going there with the team they currently have right now would bring more viewership than Alabama coming in.
No. There's no way.
Because I'll be honest, I would not be as interested in watching Michigan play Florida State than I would Michigan playing Alabama.
No.
And I'm taking my SEC bias out of that completely.
No, because you're talking about Michigan play. You're talking about a fully loaded Michigan team. And by fully loaded, I mean all their starters and everybody all playing versus a Florida State team that you have watched the past 2 weeks stink up the place, and they do not have their elite starting quarterback.
Great on defense. They're just inept with quarterback.
And the guys on defense can't play offense.
They can't.
So what are you asking? You're watching, and I mean at the time Georgia was the number 1 team, but you want the number 1 team playing that.
Yeah.
In a playoff game which everybody is going to be even more hyped for it. No, bro. That versus playing a fully loaded Alabama team, that's going to bring in significantly more money.
Bro, I'm telling you.
That's going to bring in significantly more money.
They would be running into another TCU situation if they did that.
Yes.
So while I get it, people do not like that. People do not agree that the committee did it right. I'm okay with a certain population being mad, but if this is one of the most viewed games because of that decision, I'll take it.
It probably will be. So I think it probably. Go ahead.
A weird thing is that Boo Corrigan, he was my athletic director at West Point. Small world.
I think it will be, and I think it will be simply because I have, once again, I say this even when we talk about them. I have no issue with Alabama. I think this is probably Nick Saban's greatest coaching season.
Oh, yeah.
Of his tenure at Alabama.
Yeah. Because, bro, no one expected this.
No, absolutely not. Looking at Alabama, Jalen Milroe started. Then Jalen Milroe got benched.
Yep.
Then they brought in the second string. Then they brought in the third string. Then they brought Jalen Milroe back, and he went the hell off. This whole season, we had been talking about, bro, how is Alabama doing it? Like, how are they doing it? Coaching. That's how they're doing it. And now they're in a position to win a national championship, which nobody pegged them to do except for those Alabama fans. I'm not going to give us a title. I'm just going to say those certain group fans. Of Alabama fans. Nobody pegged them to win it. They pegged Georgia to three-peat.
Yeah.
They're not going to three-peat.
Which I'm not going to lie to you.
You're kind of a little bit happy that they're not going to.
Kind of a little bit happy about that.
I don't have an issue with that. But you look at it and it's like, okay, Alabama. And let me back up a little bit. The reason why I say this is probably Nick Saban's greatest coaching year season. No true number one receiver. No, just straight. Essentially,
which Bond is starting to become that.
Yeah, Bond is starting to become that. But no, just straight up elite quarterback that we saw for the moment until Milroe progressed.
Running back, you were okay.
Tight end, I don't even know tight ends. Tight ends. Okay.
On defense, I don't know who the linebackers are.
It wasn't an Alabama team of old where you was like, even if you weren't a fan of Alabama, you knew who was on that team.
It wasn't like they had a Minkah Fitzpatrick, Dylan, is it Dylan? Moses.
Will Anderson. You didn't have those guys, and on offense, you didn't have a Derrick Henry, or you didn't have an Amari Cooper. You didn't have a Devontae Smith. Like, you didn't have a Jalen Waddle. Like, you didn't have those guys.
Yeah, man.
But now it's okay. It's like they didn't have all of those known guys that other teams just outright knew about.
Yeah.
But they have a solid unit. At the end of the day, that's all you need. Like, and this is, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, they got Jermaine Burton, and we saw the video of him standing in front of the Georgia student section, blah blah blah. Bro, you ain't the best. You ain't the best athlete on the team. Like, what are you? Yeah, you caught a touchdown pass. What are you hooping and hobbling for? Your chip came from Georgia, so shut it. Like, just shut it. Clearly, you weren't good enough. That's why you left. Like, just kill that. I had to segue and kill him real quick, but I can't stand it, bro. You act like you were the reason that you ain't him. I'm sorry, you're not him. Like, you're not Devontae Smith. Like, Devontae Smith was him on that team.
Yeah,
you're not that. Bond is that.
Yes, it is.
So kill that. But okay, now I gotta ask you a question, and
let me just say this real quick. All right, so with those that are saying that are making the argument that one player should not decide whether you are in the playoff, right?
Whatever.
Let's just say in a fantasy world,
multiverse,
that LSU was undefeated. and LSU lost Jaden Daniels,
y'all would be ass. Y'all would be pure and utter ass.
would we deserve?
No.
Thank you. Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead with your questions
Because y'all were 9-3 with Jaden Daniels. Without Jaden Daniels, 6-6.
If that.
If that. Probably 5-7.
If that.
Because
If that.
yeah, no.
If that.
No. Y'all don't have y'all probably don't have a winning season without Jaden Daniels. Like, period. There's no way y'all have a winning season.
No, we wouldn't.
So my question, jumping up to the number 2 team.
Texas. Sorry.
Washington.
Yeah.
You say Washington.
I think the championship game will be Bama, Washington. Ask what you may. And people disagree with me, which is fine.
Why do you think that Washington is going to beat Texas?
Okay.
And I asked that because we have both sat on FaceTime and have watched Washington play.
Yes.
And yes, they beat Oregon twice.
Yes.
Yes, they are undefeated.
Yes.
But I gotta know why you think that. Because I don't see anything that's going to tell. I don't see anything that truly showcases to me that Washington will beat Texas. Take it away. Have at it.
All right. So first of all.
Then I'll interject when I...
Yeah, no, it's fine. Whenever Texas has seen a high-powered offense, they struggle. Struggle with Oklahoma. Granted, it's a rivalry game, but struggle nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen a team yet that when Penix is on, that is able to stop him or able to stop that team. Now, keep in mind when they played Oregon, this was like one of McMillan's first games back from injury. So not only do you have your number 1 receiver in Odunze, but you have your number 2 in McMillan, and you have your number 3 in Polk, and then your tight end was a boss as well.
Yeah, he was.
So I don't think that that Texas defense can hold up with that high power speed that they have on offense in regards to Washington.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say all that and negate the fact that Texas is good on offense, because they are. But if you watch the Oregon game, which you did because we watched it together, Washington they were very opportunistic.
Oh, they are. They've been all season, and
they were with that against that high-powered offense. One of the top offenses in the country. So why would I think, or what would make me think that if they were like that with that offense, that they wouldn't be like that against Texas. Offense? Now, Texas is going to get theirs, which is fine. I get that. But I don't think that offense that Washington has is going to be going so fast that defense is going to get tired. And don't let Texas get in a situation where they start getting into a lot of third and longs, and they're not converting those third downs.
But do you think that Washington's offensive line can hold up to Texas's defensive line?
I do.
You do?
I really do.
Okay.
I really do.
That's the one thing that's going to be the battle. That's the one thing that I'm questioning.
Because that secondary won't hold up.
No. And that's so.
Oh, and don't forget, Johnson just came out of nowhere.
The running back? Yeah, bro. The way he ran Buddy over for Oregon, oh my God.
If we're really being honest here, he should have been the MVP of that game.
Yeah. Yeah, by no stretch of the imagination. Without him, Washington loses. Without him, Washington loses.
So that is why I say, and you can bookmark it, whatever you want to do. That is why I say that Washington will beat Texas.
Washington will beat Texas. I think.
And then keep in mind, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But keep in mind, like people want to have recency bias and look at what Texas did to Oklahoma State.
Bro, Oklahoma State.
It's a 9-3 team.
They were ranked 18th.
And
come on, bro. Oklahoma State defense is slow.
They're slow.
Oklahoma State defense was slow as hell. I watched that entire game.
They're slow. So you can't sit here and tell me that since they did Oklahoma State like that, a 9-3 slow team, that they're going to do Washington like that.
I'm not saying they're going to do Washington like that, because Washington defense is faster than Oklahoma State's defense. I think that Texas will pull it out. I think they'll pull out the dub. And I know, as we, a lot of football games is it's won in the trenches. This one truly will be. And the reason why I say that is because I watched Texas's defensive line. Their secondary going up against Washington secondary, if Penix has time, it's over.
It's over.
It's going to truly depend on if Texas defensive line can get pressure on Penix.
Which I just don't.
If they can do that, if they truly can do that for 4 quarters, Texas will win that game.
Yeah.
If they do it for 3, Texas is going to lose.
Yeah.
You got to truly see. Sarkisian got to truly get his defensive line to be like, bruh, we going to win or lose based on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, truly. Because the offense is going to be productive. I think the offense will be productive.
Yeah.
But you also have to keep in mind, too, that Texas lost Worthy, which is probably their fastest receiver.
Oh, they lost Worthy?
He's out.
I didn't know.
He had a boot. They hadn't gave like an official, but he had a boot on in Oklahoma State game. He had a boot.
Oh, wow.
So that's your fastest receiver.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got other guys and you got A.D. Mitchell and all that. Like, but
which is a beast.
He is. God, I miss him. Like,
he's a beast.
Just come back to Georgia, bro.
He's a beast.
Bro, like, bro, if we had had you, bro, we probably would have been in the national championship race right now. Like, damn, hurt me my soul when he left. But I understand why he left.
Yeah.
But if Texas can get pressure on Penix, they'll win. If Penix has time, because Penix doesn't have a quick release. We all have seen it. If they get time,
it's a wrap.
Texas secondary gonna fold like wet tissue.
It's a wrap.
And them boys them Polk, McMillan, that tight end, and especially I have yet to see somebody that is able to guard Odunze.
Yeah.
This nigga is in triple coverage still catching the ball. Bruh,
and pick your poison. Who are you gonna guard?
Yeah, who you gonna guard? And like you said, running back has came back. Now, we haven't seen Penix run a lot this season.
He ran a little bit.
A little bit. We haven't seen him run a lot. I think that'll probably play a part in this game as well. Yeah. Because now you can't hold back. You got to throw out all your stops. Like everything you got to leave everything.
You have no
on
reason to hold back.
No, everything is on the field at this point. Yeah. So I'm going to give the edge to Texas by 3. Yeah, I'm gonna give the edge to them by 3.
The spread hasn't came out yet, but I think Washington will take it outright.
In this case, if Washington wins, yeah. Now, sorry, you got something to say about this one?
No, I said my piece.
Okay, so we get to the other game, Michigan and Alabama. Boy. And I just want to say, and I'm going to let you have it, I need Alabama to stomp a hole in Michigan.
Which I think they will.
And not to say it's because I don't like Michigan, in which case this particular season and of everything that has came out, I don't.
Okay.
I don't at all. Because that punishment was some BS and all of that. I don't. And then people want to throw in, if it happened in the SEC, I wouldn't be saying the same. I say the same thing. If it was Georgia and Kirby Smart, you don't deserve to play because you cheated. Yeah. Period. You don't deserve it because you cheated at the end of the day. But as we have seen in previous years, minus Ohio State, that took Georgia to the wire last year, as we have seen, when it comes down to playoff games and national championship games, pretty much every other conference get the works by the SEC, except for when Urban Meyer was up there in Ohio State, and that's because it was Urban Meyer.
Yep.
So can't really do nothing about that. But everybody else has bit the dirt. And it hasn't been pretty at all. Yeah. By no stretch of the imagination. So I need Alabama to win. I need them to win by a lot. Because Michigan truly has no true offense outside of Corum. Yeah. If you stop the running game, and Corum is probably going to get, some yards. But if you control Corum, what McCarthy got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even worried about Michigan's offense. Their offensive line is stout, which they just are.
Their defense is carried.
But I think it's going to be the defense. I think the story of the game is going to be Alabama's offense versus Michigan's defense. Because Michigan's defense, albeit old, They're stout. Like they have a lot of.
They've carried Michigan this whole season.
Yes, but the interesting thing about this is that they've seen some like dual threat quarterbacks, but to see a dual threat quarterback that has the weapons that Jalen Milroe has, they haven't seen that.
And that is what I want to see.
Yeah, that's going to be like the most interesting part of the game. That's what I'm looking forward to most out of the game. But aside from that, I think that Alabama is going to have the firepower to do what they need to do on offense, and they'll be able to. I think they're going to get Michigan in a situation where they're going to force J.J. McCarthy to show his arm, which he hasn't been in that situation. No. And I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he hasn't been in a situation where he had to throw in order to win the game. Yeah, but I think that's what's going to happen now.
Because if you look at Michigan's entire season, and I know I say the defense has carried them through the entire season. If you look at their schedule, the defense truly has. And I know, as a team, that's what you expect. Yep. Like, okay. It's a team effort. It truly is. But what happens when that defense gets tired? And we all have seen it. We've said it countless times on our podcast. At some point, no matter how good your defense is, if your defense is constantly being thrusted out there onto the field, at some point that bend don't break defense breaks. Oh, yeah. And then it breaks again. And then it breaks again.
And then it gets ugly.
And then the floodgates of hell open up, and it's like,
he said the floodgates.
Why are we down by 21? Like, bro, we tired. Like, y'all ain't, bro, we done gave y'all the ball back 5 times, and y'all got 12 yards. So that was a bit of an exaggeration, but still, at some point, the Michigan defense is going to get tired because you're going to get tired, bro, running around with Jalen Milroe. Oh yeah, bro, don't get tired. No, bro, do not get tired. Like, and I want Alabama to win, but I really, I'm going back to him. Jermaine Burton's put himself in a hole because now you got to showcase yourself, bruh. You have the opportunity to show that, okay, I'm him, because you're in the playoff game now. You have the opportunity to say, okay, I got this. I'm finna show y'all what I'm capable. I'm finna show y'all what I'm capable of when the ball is thrown to me, or when I'm man-to-man cover, or even double covered.
I expect Bond to have a big game.
I do too.
I don't think Brady.
I do too. So, but we'll see. I think I really need, and it's the SEC in me. Yes, it is. I need us to pull out this win, and I need us to pull out this championship. And
I want to see Michigan lose more than I want to see Bama win. Yeah,
I can understand that. So you say that it's going to be Washington and Bama. I say it's going to be Bama and Texas, which I think either game is going to be good.
Just off the simple notion that it's a rematch. Yeah, and it's a glimpse of the future, because Texas is coming to that.
Texas, Oklahoma are coming to the SEC next year.
I think that's what people really want to see, and that's driving a lot of people's predictions of it being Bama and Texas. But if I take my biases out, and I just go based off of what I have seen, it's hard for me to see that Texas beats Washington.
Okay.
But it's funny, like what we're saying that Michigan's going to lose to Alabama. It was funny when they got someone took a video of it when the Michigan like that little watch party heard that they were playing Alabama.
When it popped up on their screen,
it was like they was just like, oh wait, we're on camera.
Everybody started clapping. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
When that camera turned off, they were looking like, oh shit,
bruh. And I'm telling you,
I wonder who they thought they were gonna get though. Because I think the same reaction would have came if they would have gotten Texas.
I think the same reaction would have been if they thought that they got Georgia again.
Yeah. Either way it go, like I think at the end of the day, Washington. I think at the end of the day, Michigan know they screwed.
Yeah.
They know they're screwed. They know they are.
And it'll be funny if it is a situation where this is Jim Harbaugh's last time as Michigan head coach, because he flirts too much
with the NFL.
With the NFL,
yeah, he does. Just to back up a little bit, I think it'll be like you said, seeing into the future a little bit with Texas and Oklahoma coming to the SEC. I laugh because all of those posts started, memes and stuff started coming out, and people started pulling up old stuff. It was like, this is why y'all don't want to play Texas, because the last time an SEC team played Texas, like they lost, and they showed when Texas beat Alabama, and then they showed like some years ago when Texas beat Georgia. Since that time,
when did Texas beat Georgia?
It was like some years ago. It was like a few years ago. It was a regular season game. I think I'm not mistaken. But it's like, okay, since that time, what has happened? Georgia has won 2 national championships.
LSU won 1.
Y'all
won. No, Alabama won 1.
Texas went on to get murdered by everybody else.
Remember, they were back.
Yeah, they it's like the Dallas Cowboys. Every year we back.
I can say finally this year you're back. Congratulations.
I'll give them that. But
congratulations on coming back.
Congratulations. Woo, yay. But it's funny because you start pulling up old junk and it's like, okay, well, what has happened since then? Like, has Texas been relevant since then? Like, yeah, they harp on those couple of wins throughout the course of the year. Now y'all gonna be in the dirt this upcoming season, and I think Texas fans and Oklahoma fans don't truly understand what they are coming into.
They'll learn to appreciate it.
There is no fiction or falsehood when you hear SEC fans say that we truly cannibalize each other. We do.
Bro, we saw it this year. Like, okay, LSU. Yes, we lost to an undefeated Florida State team, but we lost to at the SEC champ in Alabama, and we lost to a 10-2 Ole Miss team. Bro, Greg Sankey said it. He said it best this past weekend that they have, I don't know how many teams that the SEC has in the top 15 right now, but they dwarf every conference.
So if we find the picture, we'll post it up there. But did you see what it would potentially look like with the 12-team playoff this year?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like 7 teams from the SEC.
Yep, and LSU was the first one out.
Yeah,
because of their being ranked.
But just think of that for a second. So not only are you going to cannibalize yourself in the regular season, now we have to cannibalize each other in the playoffs. Because I saw Georgia, I saw Alabama, I saw Missouri, I think I saw, I think it was Ole Miss. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, so, bruh, come on. What are we even discussing? Like, the SEC destroys each other, and then we got to limp into the remaining of the season, and then figure out some type of way to get ourselves together to go to the playoffs. But like you said, they'll appreciate it. They'll see what happens. Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world, guys. But tell us what y'all think.
Here it is.
Drop it down in the comments. Tell us what y'all think about if y'all think they got it right.
That's
so
right there.
So listen to this. So if this year was a 12 team CFP playoffs, you would have Ole Miss, Georgia, Missouri, Alabama.
It's 4 teams.
4.
With LSU being the first one out.
Which then leads you to the rest of these. And
then your top group of 5 teams.
Why do you have Liberty?
You have to. So the way the 12 team works.
I know the way it works, but can we discuss this real quick before we end this segment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Liberty is playing Oregon.
Oh, we're about to jump into that.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So now that we discussed the CFP, right? We hit our little we butted heads a little bit on it, whatever.
Which is good. Because I'm
all right. So there are a couple of bowl games that really caught my eye. So first, the Georgia Florida State game in the Orange Bowl,
which is going to be
in Miami. Mm-hmm. Which, no offense, Alfred,
y'all gonna get rolled.
Y'all gonna get rolled, bro. Yeah. Like, just I'm keeping it a beam with you.
Them feathers finna get burnt.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad one. And then LSU plays Wisconsin in the ReliaQuest Bowl. I'm holding back my excitement.
Who sponsors that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm holding back my excitement. If I had it my way, we would have had Notre Dame.
That probably would have been a better game.
That's who I wanted.
That probably would have been a better game.
And then
probably will be a better game.
Another New Year's Six Bowl game is the Oregon versus Liberty. Your top group of 5 team versus your Pac-10 or Pac-12, whatever they call it. Whatever. They're done now.
Tupac right now, yeah.
That the top team there, or the second team, because Washington's in the playoff.
All right. I gotta say this. No disrespect to Liberty. And pending Bo Nix plays, because at the end of the Pac-12 championship, he was in his emotions, and they say he no idea if he's going to play.
You got to make a business decision.
You got to make a business decision, which is understandable. But me personally, I feel like you should play.
I don't expect Jaden Daniels to play, but that's just me.
Yeah. So pending that he plays. But I don't think that's going to... Unless Oregon just completely falls off and a lot of the guys choose to not play. But I don't think that's going to be a good game.
So...
I know Liberty's undefeated.
Yeah. But I've watched Liberty play like...
I don't think it's going to be a good game.
Almost every game this season.
Oh, okay. I only watched a couple of the games.
And I know we don't like to talk in these what ifs, but... Look, it's bowl season. It's a what if situation until the game comes.
Yeah, and it's our podcast.
Yeah. So it's our podcast. So bump y'all. If Bo Nix doesn't play, if Franklin doesn't play, I see this being a competitive game.
I agree with you there.
Because Caden Salter, Quentin Cooley. They got some dudes on that team.
I will say this is the ultimate chance for Liberty to make a case for a potential future move.
And now let's also keep in mind, people were making this same argument last year when Tulane played USC. People were not expecting it to be a game.
I honestly was, because I was watching Tulane play. I honestly was, but
I'm saying the vast majority of people.
Yeah, the vast majority. But you also have
I'll say I wasn't expecting it to be a game.
But I was, and the main reason why I was is the same thing as the reason this year. I knew USC had no defense.
Yeah, but I thought that USC's offense would have been high powered enough
to handle that,
to negate that the fact they had no defense. So with that being the most recent case
study,
the most recent case study, it would be foolish of me to go into this and think that it won't at least be a game.
Okay.
Now, if like I said, if those factors, if those what ifs become actual facts, where Bo Nix isn't playing and Franklin isn't playing as well, because let's be honest, what else can they do now to improve their draft stock?
Nothing.
So, what do you want me to play in a bowl game to
potentially get hurt?
And potentially benefit a school that I'm not even, like, I don't have to worry about Oregon anymore.
Yeah,
and
but don't
I
you
got
think,
these millions waiting for me.
But in a way, like, okay, I understand from a business standpoint, and I've always kind of like been on the latter side of this. But don't you segue a little bit from that? But don't you think that's kind of doing like a disservice to your teammates, like, in a way?
Yeah, I do, but it's also in the same breath, when I have an opportunity
to go make millions,
an opportunity that only 1% of college football athletes get. Don't you think it would be selfish of your teammates to not want you to potentially put that at risk?
Man, don't say that, because now you're gonna be thinking about Georgia and they seniors. Like,
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, when you think of it like that, it's like, okay,
is these niggas gonna play?
Look, I'm going into the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Not expecting to see Jaden Daniels.
To not see Jaden Daniels play.
Well,
if he does play, it's only going to be to help Malik Neighbors get the all-time receiving record at LSU. Which all he needs is 20 yards.
What is he? What is Neighbors?
He's a junior.
Okay.
All he needs is 20 yards.
Yeah.
And after those 20 yards, boy, I'm yanking you from the game. I need you to come to the sideline.
I need you to come out.
I'm saving you for your future.
Yeah.
So I don't look, man. Wisconsin's 7-5. LSU's 9-3. I want us to get 10 wins. I really do.
Yeah.
But it's just hard for me, unless Garrett. Well, this would be Garrett Nussmeier's real chance to show LSU what the future could be. He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Okay. Yeah, this would be his chance. And because we know Jaden Daniels ain't gonna play. If he do play, we know Jaden Daniels is not gonna play the whole game.
Yeah, no.
We know he's not.
Why would he?
I wonder if Carson Beck gonna play the whole game.
Oh, he's gonna play. He's gonna come back next year. I'm calling that right now.
I mean, he can get. What other option do you have? I mean, we only got 1 year of tape, bruh.
Yeah, but that 1 year he looked good though.
He did look good, but
I'm also saying that he's going to come back because look at the market in regards to this current QB class. You have Drake May.
Yeah.
You have Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
You have
if he did go in, his stock would be.
He'll be a day 2 guy.
Yeah. He'll be a day 2 guy. He'll be a day 2 guy with no.
But next year,
no must. He could potentially go.
He has the potential to go.
He has the potential to go first, right? Because this is be your second. Next year would be his second full year in the actual system running it.
I mean, and look at the market, the QB class next year. Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That's pretty much at least the high profile names I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, what's Dylan Gabriel? What is he?
He's a senior.
Okay, so he's gone. Or he might come back. Yeah.
But you're right. I'm just saying, absolutely right. That's the best.
It's better for him to come back. It's better for him to make a move next year versus this year.
Yeah.
But anyway, so guys, we're gonna end it. Tell us who y'all team is, what bowl game y'all got going on. Are y'all going to watch y'all bowl game? Tell us y'all thoughts on the...
You know what I'm excited to see?
What? Hold on, people.
Even though I don't like them.
Who?
A&M.
Who they got?
I don't know. I have to look, but I
all right, pause, people. Let me pull this up real quick.
I hope they get boat race because I can't stand them. And you know what? I know I'm in Texas, but I'm glad to see that A&M is struggling right now. Y'all done lost your high-profile D-line coach in Elijah Robinson. He's going to Syracuse to be the DC, which congratulations to him. But
hell, they got Oklahoma State.
Oh, they're gonna lose that game.
You think they're gonna lose?
They're gonna lose that game. They gonna lose that game.
Well, yeah, because then what's the name?
Who you got a quarterback besides Buddy? Like,
I was just about to say that. Wait a minute. Didn't they lose, old boy, already? Yeah. That's gonna be funny.
I'm looking forward to bowl season. I really am.
Sorry, Aggies.
This is like the best time of the year. It's my birthday. It's bowl season. So he's gonna have random games throughout the week.
It's gonna be nice. This is nice time.
You know my favorite is like when they like years ago. Remember when it was bowl season? They had like the Capital One Bowl Mania, and they would have like the commercial that was like a jingle. Oh yeah, have like the random teams and all that stuff. I love that.
Need to bring that back. All right, but whatever. Oklahoma State might. I think they probably pull out the dub. They probably pull out the dub.
Well, North Carolina plays West Virginia.
Yeah.
In the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Who really cares about that?
Man, we got Rutgers. Oklahoma got Arizona. There we go.
Iowa has Tennessee. That is going to be a good game.
I'm giving that to Iowa.
Really?
Tennessee ain't got no Tennessee looked atrocious.
Tennessee don't need a defense though. Tennessee has some offense.
They got some offense. They looked atrocious, bro.
Auburn versus Maryland. I give that to Maryland. Notre Dame, Oregon State. That'll be a good game.
Notre Dame and Oregon State?
Yep.
I'm giving that one to Oregon State.
Yeah, same here. Kentucky, Clemson. That'll be a good game.
I hope Kentucky thump them. Oh, I need Kentucky to
Arizona.
Thump them.
That'll be a good game.
I need Kentucky to thump Clemson.
Yeah, I want.
Thank you for bringing that up. Real quick before we end, bruh. What was your initial reaction when you saw what Dabo said about releasing the staff guys? When he released I think his defensive position coach and somebody else, and he was like, we need a new basically we need to start over, and this is where we're starting over from.
Yeah. What about it?
I don't think he's trying to take accountability that you're the reason that.
Was it the QB coach you let go?
Yeah, something like that. I think I had sent it to you.
Yeah, you sent it to me like a couple days ago.
Just like you're trying to find.
That's when I said that. If we're being honest,
it's him.
It's him. He's the issue. Yeah. That's still what I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's still the issue.
I don't like that. I need Kentucky to win. That. But all right, so
we'll go through all the bowl games. We'll talk about it.
As we end this, tell us who y'all say it once again. Tell us who y'all team is, what bowl game they got going on. Do you agree? Did the committee get it right, or did the committee get it wrong?
They got it right.
Did this potentially set up for
a new president
for college football playoffs? But with the 12-game playoff coming, I think a lot of this is going to be done away with, because you're going to have 1 loss, 2 lost teams, probably potentially 3 lost teams going into the college football playoffs this upcoming season, 2024. This is it's finna get crazy.
I mean, with conference realignments.
It's about to be crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I kind of feel bad. Like, did you see all of the Pac-12 mascots like together?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, dang, that conference is now kaput.
I don't care.
You're an ass.
I am.
All right, guys. We love y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Y'all, those of you guys who have been DMing us and sending us messages, we very much appreciate
Thank y'all.
that.
We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for that. And with that, I think that's pretty much a wrap.
We out, y'all.
Deuces, y'all.
Deuces.